You won't believe this news. A senator has introduced a bill that will allow Americans to invest their retirement funds into crypto. This will give the green light for more capital to come in. And the Bitcoin Policy Institute has introduced a bond idea that would help the American government to buy Bitcoin for their Bitcoin reserve. I'll give you the details there. And Japan is about to make a big update around crypto, which will be very bullish for the market. I'll give you the details. Let's get into it. Hey everybody, welcome into the Thinking Crypto podcast, your home for cryptocurrency news and interviews. I'm your host, Tony Edward. On your way in, please hit that subscribe button as well as the thumbs up button and leave a comment below. If you're listening on a podcast platform such as Spotify or Apple, please leave a 5-star rating and review. Folks, some very interesting news coming out of the Senate. So we have Senator Tommy Tuberville, who's going to introduce a bill allowing Americans to invest their retirement funds in crypto. Let me play the clip for you.
The Biden administration just hammered the American people with regulations, and tomorrow I'm dropping a bill called the Financial Freedoms Act, and it allows families and individuals to invest their retirement funds into crypto. Now, President Trump has become the crypto president, and we want to help him with this. This will be something good for everybody. Diversify. It's a free country. Do what you want with your money, but the Biden administration, they didn't want anything to do with crypto.
So very big news here, guys. We're seeing clarity coming from different fronts, whether it be the rollback of SOB 121, the end of Operation Choke Point 2.0, the FDIC and OCC rolling back restrictions on banks being able to participate in cryptos, the SEC dropping cases. We have ETFs getting approved, of course, and we are just seeing the setup to allow more capital to come in from all fronts, institutional as well as retail. This bill, while right now some investors can allocate some of their retirement funds to ETFs, the full clarity is not there. So by putting out a bill that I believe will get passed easily, because you can imagine a lot of the wealth advisors and like folks like BlackRock and so forth that are lobbying for this, it will allow them to bring in more capital into their funds. So guys, what does this mean? Higher prices. So really big move here, and I'll be watching this bill closely to see where it goes. But this, in addition to full crypto market legislation as well as stablecoin legislation, is going to be really big for the market. And there's a lot of capital sitting on the sidelines waiting for the green light from the government. So this is why we have to stomach the volatility we're going through right now and look at the macro. The setup here to bringing more capital, which will lead to higher prices, is in progress. I mean, it's clear as day what's happening. Now, look at this. The Bitcoin Policy Institute, they announced today that they're introducing their latest policy brief titled Bitcoin Enhanced Treasury Bonds, an idea whose time has come, co-authored by Andrew Hones and Matthew Pines. It explores the viability of BitBonds strategy, essentially looking to get some sort of bonds in place that would allow the United States to buy Bitcoin for their Bitcoin reserve. Now, Matthew Siegel of Van Eck gave some details around this. He said the Trump team says they want to buy Bitcoin in a revenue neutral way. Essentially, they don't want to take taxpayer money. So he says USA BitBonds aims to do that. 10-year treasuries where 10% of the proceeds are used to buy Bitcoin. Investors keep 100% of the Bitcoin gains until total payout hits $155.30. That's a 4.5% annualized return, the example used in BPI's proposal. Beyond that, a 50-50 profit split. For any losses to Bitcoin, Treasury absorbs it. He says, here's the key. Even if Bitcoin goes to zero, BitBonds can still be revenue neutral if the bond yields just 1% less than normal treasuries. He says the TLDR, a low-cost capped risk way for the U.S. to gain Bitcoin exposure without betting the farm. This could be a good idea. Bonds make sense. So we'll see if this gets adopted by the U.S. government, but I think this is a very good start here. Now, I mentioned this news earlier on the live stream this morning, but I think it's important to mention it in context of this news because the Trump family is launching a Bitcoin mining venture with Hut 8. And Hut 8 transfers all Bitcoin mining ASICs to American Bitcoin Corp, a majority-owned subsidiary created by a previous buyout of American data centers formed by a group of investors that includes Eric and Don Jr. Trump, so Trump's kids, and Eric Trump is going to serve as a chief strategy officer. So Obviously, the Trump family getting involved in crypto in many different ways. Trump has his meme coin. They have World Liberty Financial. Trump Media is also getting involved. They partnered with Crypto.com. Now they're doing a mining venture. Guys, while I'm not a fan of Donald Trump's meme coin, I'm fine with his kids getting involved in crypto here. And clearly, they wouldn't be doing this if there was no money to be made here. Let's be serious, right? We know Trump is about making money. He's a capitalist. So whether you love and hate it or hate him, you know that's his MO. That's what the man has been about for a long time. So all feelings and emotions aside, clearly they are bullish and they're taking big bets. So I like this as a macro bullish signal. The president of the United States, his family and kids getting involved. That's a very good sign. We are still in a bull market, not in a bear market. And one of the other things I mentioned earlier on the live stream is that Circle is looking to do an IPO. There's reports coming from Fortune magazine that this could happen in April. Would a company like Circle want to do an IPO in a bear market? Of course not. That would be dumb, right? And in fact, investment banks, JP Morgan and Citi are the underwriters here. See what's happening? I think they see a reversal coming in the market and the continuation of that bull market. So be prepared, my friends. Don't get shook out here. Don't move by your emotions. Now, Eleanor Turd of Fox Business said Representative Brian Stile, who I just had on the podcast, tells me that after Wednesday's markup of the Stablecoin Act or the Stable Act, this will be positioned to mirror up the Senate's Genius Act following a few more draft rounds in the House and the Senate with technical assistance from the SEC and CFTC. He believes that 20% of the bill that deviates from the Genius Act represents merely textual differences rather than anything significant or substantive. Now, I want the industry experts to go through these bills with a fine-tuned comb. We need to make sure that these things align with crypto. There's a balance, protect consumers, but you don't stifle innovation, and they're not doing anything that's wrong, right? Not saying they're trying to do something that's wrong, but we need to make sure we are educating and reviewing these bills. And I know the industry folks are definitely paying attention. So obviously a version has to make it through the House. We saw the market structure bill made it out of the House last year, the Fit 21 bill. So once these are completed here in the House, a version goes to the Senate. And Brian Stile said he would love to combine the two bills, but we'll have to wait and see. Maybe just stablecoin legislation makes it through, or both, right? We'll have to wait and see how things play out come Q2. But very bullish news. This will usher in a ton of capital. And here, Charles Hoskinson did an interview with Scott Melker of the Wolf of Wall Streets. And he said, once stablecoin and market structure bills pass, that opens the floodgates. Apple, Facebook, Google, and Microsoft will put crypto wallets in their platforms. When you add their users up, it's 3 billion people. Guys, I absolutely agree with this. The risks will be off the table. Many of these companies are risk averse. They don't want to do anything that's going to cause lawsuits or any type of problems. And once the government gives the green light, what do you think is going to happen, folks? The integration of blockchain in many different ways, crypto wallets, stablecoin integration, we are going to see a boom in adoption. So very big news here. Guys, quick word from our sponsor, and that is Uphold. Uphold is one of the top crypto platforms that I've been using since 2018. They recently re-added staking to 19 cryptocurrencies on their platform. They have over 300 cryptocurrencies on their platform. You can buy Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP, Solana, and all the top altcoins, guys. They are one of the easiest platforms to use. They're safe to use, and they don't commingle or lend out your crypto funds, and you can review their transparency report. They also have a great rewards program where you can earn amazing yield on your stablecoins, and they do it the right way. No fishy business here. I've interviewed the CEO and we talk about this. They give you up to 5.25% on stablecoins. And part of this rewards program, you get 24-hour early access on new tokens that they list. To participate, you have to log into the app once per month, deposit $50 once per month, and trade $50 once per month. And the stablecoins they offer this yield on include Ripple's RLUSD, Circle's USDC, and PayPal's PYUSD. You get 5% on those, and you get 5.25% on USBC. So if you'd like to learn more about this great rewards program and Uphold services, visit the link in the description. Now, this is interesting, guys. New advocacy group Solana Policy Institute aims to educate Washington lawmakers to go beyond Bitcoin. I think this is a good initiative because there's so many use cases with different blockchains. It's important to educate folks that, look, there's Bitcoin, and that's one thing, but it goes beyond Bitcoin, and we all know that. So Miller Whitehouse Levin, the former CEO of the DeFi Education Fund, launched the nonpartisan nonprofit on Monday. The institute aims to work with the Securities and Exchange Commission's newly created Crypto Task Force and incoming leadership at the CFTC. So this is great. I think more crypto firms and projects need to do this and educate as much as possible because the future is multi-chain, and Bitcoin is, in my opinion, digital gold, a great store of value, the most trusted network with the most value on it, the most decentralized. But it's not great for payments. It is not great for tokenization. It is not great for smart contracts, obviously, right? It's a proof of stake blockchain. Many are trying to build layer twos on it, but Bitcoin, I think, in its lane is just hard money digital gold, and that's fine. Gold has existed for a long time. People have used it as money, and they're using it as a store of value. Bitcoin is a better version of that. So this is really great. Here's a quote. We've got a lot of work to do on that front to educate people in Washington and policy making circles about crypto, because right now people hear crypto and by and large think Bitcoin, and that's it. So this is coming from Whitehouse Levine. So I think this absolutely makes sense, and I want to see more of this. This is what's going to make things easier to get past in Washington, D.C. Now, speaking of Washington, D.C., Elon Musk says the U.S. government has no plans to use Dogecoin. Price drops by 3%. Now, here's the thing. I think Elon personally loves Dogecoin. He's pumped it in different ways, talking about it. I don't think it's a coincidence that Doge, right, the Department of Government Efficiency has that acronym, and he's been pushing that. But, will the U.S. government use Dogecoin in any way? Of course not, right? Elon, I think, would love to use it on X, and even, he's talked about Doge being the currency of Mars, and I think he has a little fun with it, but the government's not going to use Dogecoin. Come on, let's be real here, right? We don't want to be silly here. So this makes sense. I don't see this as anything jaw-dropping, but the price dips 3% on that news. But I don't think it matters because Elon, when the market starts moving up, watch him tweet about Doge, and then Doge pumps, right? We saw it in the run-up of last year. So it is what it is at this point. So just want to let you guys know about that. Now, final news item, Japan mulls officially classifying crypto as a financial product. This is according to the Nikkei. So, folks, we are seeing a global move towards crypto where the adoption is happening, legislation is being put into place, and the clarity needed for institutional investors to come in. It's amazing what's happening, whether it's South Korea, whether it's Hong Kong, Japan, you name it, it's happening globally. So Japan's financial services agency is planning to propose officially classifying crypto assets as financial products as part of new regulations on crypto insider trading, the Nikkei reported Sunday. The FSA aims to propose amendments to the Financial Instruments and Exchange Act to Parliament as early as 2026, following closed-door expert analysis of the current legal framework, according to a report. As of today, Japan classifies cryptocurrencies as a means of settlement under the Payments Service Act. With the potential rule change, Japan's financial regulator seeks to tighten its grip on local crypto service providers as it sees increased cases of scam cryptocurrencies, the report said. As I've said many times over, they're not going to ban crypto. Crypto is here to stay. They know the blockchain infrastructure and rails are going to power the economy and the markets and governments, right? But you got to protect people. You got to protect people from scams, and I'm absolutely about that. We want to protect consumers, but allow innovation to flourish, and that is a balance I think a lot of these governments are finding. Here in the United States, we're on the path to that. So, classifying crypto as a financial product would mean not only exchanges, but also companies soliciting crypto investment would need to register with financial regulators. This is just bringing crypto into the TradFi guardrails, the things that have existed for TradFi markets, guys. So all good. All will set up for more capital to come in. We're going to ride the waves, right, in the different bull markets. And the institutions are going to bring a lot of money. So the clarity and the guardrails and the regulations are being put into place. So overall bullish news. Guys, that's the news. Let me know what you think. Leave your thoughts and comments below. Hit the thumbs up button. Be sure to check out my email newsletter. It's 100% free. Sign up. It includes a lot of data and insights, and you guys can obviously go back and read the previous newsletters, look at the data and charts I provide. So once again, 100% free, link in the description. Also check out my book on Amazon. It's available in paperback and digital. And if you want to expand your crypto knowledge, guys, knowledge is power. Check out my new course at mycryptocourse.com. This is a comprehensive course that breaks down every aspect of crypto and what makes it very unique and different from any other crypto course out there. It features expert commentary from founders, CEOs, and innovators. So you're going to hear from these folks who are building and investing in the market. No other course offers that. And I've packed it in with a lot of value and things that I would have want to learn, whether I was a beginner user or intermediate user. And you pay a one-time fee. You get lifetime access. Go at your own pace. You can share the login with your friends and family if you want. So if you'd like to learn more, go to mycryptocourse.com. Guys, thank you for watching and listening. I appreciate you all, and I'll talk to you all later.